Oh wow.
What's up?
Wow, dude, from
Does
the
this work?
car.
Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. All right, we good.
Are you in a
Let's
good
go.
area? Seems like you're in a decent area.
I am at LA Fitness parking lot, man. You know?
You're in LA Fitness, but you're not in LA though.
Nah, we're technically in Sagas Fitness. Hold on. How do I get this
Saugus,
away from
dude.
my face? Bro, I'm such a boomer with this shit. I swear to God, man. How do I switch this so that the comments are oh, there we go. All right, let's go, man. What's up, buddy? Hey, I appreciate
Well,
the fucking the country music album cover flyer.
the autumn, so bringing
Yeah,
in autumn early.
the fucking
There's nothing.
acoustic
There's nothing.
sunrise vibes.
There's nothing more New England than Justin Clancy at a pumpkin patch with a butt in his mouth.
Ripping a butt, dude. Nah,
Dude, ripping a
that's like
butt,
North
dude.
Shore shit. That's it.
Yeah.
That's North Shore shit.
Well, I want to
Hold
welcome
on.
everybody to the Leeds Edutainment Podcast, brought to
I'm
you by
forcing the
Chevy
seat.
Chickpea, featuring the one and only alternative rapper, singer, Justin Clancy.
Interpretive
How are you?
dancer.
Interpretive dance, sponsored by Newport.
At OnlyFans star.
Yeah. So, yo, man, thanks for making this, getting us in this time slot here, 3 p.m.
Dude.
Looks like you just at, you're out of the gym. Are you about to go to the gym or are you out of the gym?
Oh, I've already been to the gym. I've already done all that stuff.
So,
I'm
yeah.
about to I gotta go to Medford to pick something up and then I gotta go to Providence. So
What's in Medford and Providence? Geez, that's a big, that's a trip.
Medford I'm picking up a step and repeat for the meet and greets.
Ah,
And then Providence I gotta go to the Providence Mall.
Providence Mall.
Yeah.
Why not go to the Liberty Tree Mall or the North
Mhm.
Shore Shopping Center?
Awful stuff, dude. Nah, that's not good. That's not good stuff.
That's actually very good stuff. So you're from that area, right? You're from North Shore, Peabody. Is that what it is?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's talk about that because I'm familiar with that area. My family's from Danvers.
Born and bred.
Yeah. So what town did you
Exactly.
grow up in?
Peabody.
Yeah. What's that like?
Weird. Peabody's a
That's
really weird place, dude. It is. It's weird as fuck. And of course I'm a byproduct of that. Weird. Also weird.
why
You know?
weird.
Um, because it's like a city outside of a city. So it's just like I don't know, and the people are like I don't know. I love it though. Like I love being from there and like it's really diverse and like I learned a lot growing up there. So like a lot of like who I am and what I do and how I operate is all a result of Peabody and growing up there and you know the things that I've learned growing up there. But I mean the North Shore as a whole is just like real special. Like I love the North Shore, man. Like Peabody, Lynn, Beverly, Salem, especially like you know, because growing up, like everything is like super landlocked. So like Peabody is almost like the middle grounds for everything. So like from my mom's house, it's like boom, like half a mile I'm in Lynn, and then like you know a mile and a half I'm in Salem, and it's just like you know Ambrose
Yeah. I
beef.
mean, explain to me why there's two gigantic malls so close to each other. Which is, I didn't never understood that. Why they're literally what, a mile apart?
Well, because
Two
they
miles.
needed one mall to put the preppy kids, and then they needed another mall to put the juggalos that smoke cigarettes.
Again, another area that you fall in between.
Exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah. No idea.
I mean, I grew up going to both malls as a kid. My mom would take me there with my grandmother, and they were there was they were crazy. They had the arcade, the Aladdin's Temple at the time, which was like,
Yeah, yeah. Then it turned into Phi.
is that what it was? It was
Yeah,
actually a real, like, my mom didn't like let me off there because there was a lot of fights and there was a lot of, like,
yeah,
just a lot of shit
yeah.
going down in Aladdin's Temple, and
No, dude, that was that, and that was like something that like held true for years and years and years to come. It was like a pastime, you know what I mean? Like every Friday you go with your friends and like you fight, and you fight like You know, it'd be like Peabody versus the Danvers kids versus Salem kids, and then it was like everybody versus the Lynn kids, and the Lynn kids would always fuck everyone up, and then it was the Juggalos versus the other Juggalos, and you know, it was a
Where
good
does
time.
Saugus fit? Where does Saugus fit into all this? How does?
Square One Mall.
Yeah, again, another mall, not super far away. Oh, we've lost Justin Clancy. When we started talking about Saugus, he kind of took the back seat apparently. Oh, he's coming back though. Listen, I think we maybe get him. Sweaty Steve for life, someone says. I don't know who that is, but it's quite the name. Oh wow! I mean,
Yeah,
he's back. I guess
I'm so
Saugus.
bad at this stuff. I'm so
I
bad at
guess
this stuff.
no, you're not. Saugus is, I guess, a sensitive point that you had to get out of the conversation. Is that?
No, I actually originally I was born in Sagas. So I'm like technically from Saugus. I'm moving to Peabody in first grade,
Yeah,
but originally I'm a Saugus guy.
I'm born in Lynn.
Are
Moved to
you?
Georgetown, Mass. Family was from Danvers. Mom's side's from Danvers, Peabody. She went to school at Salem State. So North Shore, I was always used to rep the North Shore, surprisingly, and now I'm on the South Shore where there seems to be a little bit of a rivalry. But
Oh yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely. Nah, I don't go south of Dorchester, dude. I can't. I don't do that.
why?
You just don't. You're a North Shore kid. Like everything south of Dorchester is like no man's land. Atlantic Hospital, Lynn, Mass. Yeah, let's go. 781-978. Come on, let's go. He knows.
Okay. So in all this lovely North Shore history we're talking about, when do you start getting into music?
I started getting into music when I was 8. I remember I wrote my first like rap in like a Harry Potter notebook and I was 8 years old. And it was always a thing, like it was always a constant from there, you know. I always wrote and I always like made music and like messed around on my little Yamaha keyboard. Hold on, I'm trying to boom, got it. Wait, no, yep, got it. Okay. Yeah, so I always like made music and like wrote songs and wrote poetry and things like that. So it wasn't necessarily something that was like ushered into my life. It was just always like a part of me. Like I can't remember a time, like even when I was a kid before I wrote, like I always wanted to like be a rock star type shit. So, you know, it was just always something, dude. I couldn't tell you.
What was the inspiration behind that?
Um,
Who? You know what I mean? Like who was like,
well, like my dad would play a lot of music around me. Like he introduced me to a whole lot of music and he had a very eclectic taste. So growing up, I would be introduced to like all of these various artists and acts and it would span across genres, everything from like Busta Rhymes to Ben Folds Live to Rage Against the Machine to Eminem, Soundgarden. I mean, you name it, Beck. You know, you name it. I
yep.
was exposed to that, and I'm talking like 7, 8, 9 years old, being exposed to these artists and this music, and my love for music and the creative process just kind of grew from there. You remember like those little music choice catalogs, and you could pick like
No.
it was like buy one and you get like three for free.
Oh
And like
yeah. Columbia House, BMG.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, I used
so
to run those.
yeah, so my that's really how I got into it. My father he he would give me the catalog and he'd buy a CD that he'd want and I would get to pick out the other ones. And I'd always pick the ones with like the coolest album covers. So that's how like
Yeah.
I got introduced to like NWA and like Dr. Dre and Busta Rhymes because like their covers were fucking sick. And like that's something that I try and do now when I create and when I set up my photo shoots, cover shoots, album artwork. Like I'm very art forward when it comes to like everything outside the spectrum of writing and singing and stuff like that as well. So that's probably a testament to that.
So how old were you when you started rapping, taking it serious? As far as I mean serious, like putting your music up there for the world to listen to.
Ooh, 14.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I started seriously rapping when I was 14. My rap name was Ethics.
Ooh,
Ethix.
ethics.
Yeah,
Ethics,
Ethix.
dude.
Ethics.
You had a
Yeah,
lot. You had a lot of ethics at 14 years old. I'm imagining
dude, I was
there
so
was some good
fucking
ethics.
whack. I was so whack, dude. I was the wackest. I'll send you some shit after if you really want to hear it. It was the wackest shit in the fucking world.
I want to hear it. Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to hear that.
I got you. But yeah, like so I would I would do that. I also produced as well when I was a kid. I had like an Axiom 25 and like I fuck with Ableton and then Studio One and stuff. And I would like make my own beats and I'd like record myself and stuff like that. And I bring the mixtapes. I would press the mixtapes and I bring them to school and everybody was like, "Yo, this is fucking whack. Yo, this is awful." Dude, I remember I would go to school with a backpack full of mixtapes, right? And like I remember I would sell them and I'd sell them for like $5 and like people would be like, "Yeah, that was a fucking waste of money, man." Like I would go and I'd find like my mixtapes in the toilet and in the trash and like I remember one time like I was walking out of school and like somebody from a car like frisbeed me with a fucking mixtape. No word of a lie. Great arm. Great arm. Um
He wanted to prove that your shit was hot in the streets,
yeah,
literally.
no. But like dude, so I kept doing it and like fun fact actually when Barstool was in its infancy, they posted a very cringe video of me and I went viral and that's the first time I went viral.
How old are you?
15.
What was in the video? What were you doing?
We were battle rapping.
Why was it so bad they
It
posted
was
it? Is
so
that what it was?
fucking cringe. Yeah, it was so ridiculously cringe. So Barstool, Portnoy himself actually. This was probably in 2011. I want
Oh
to say
wow.
2010,
It,
2011. Portnoy
okay, yeah.
himself found it, posted it, and wrote an article on it, and that shit went crazy. And then next thing you know, dude, all of my videos and all of my songs were on all these like hate sites, and it was like like a big Tumblr thing is like white people rapping poorly at tumblr.com. Like, dude, it was
I didn't know that, dude. That's hilarious. You were
yeah,
the
of course you
token.
didn't know
You were the
that, dude.
to, You were the token bad white rapper for a while. And I say token, I don't mean the rapper token, but I mean the actual symbol token.
Yeah, no, I was bad. I was really bad, but like I wasn't. I mean, I don't know. So
But that's crazy though that you basically were getting humiliated and you still were like, yo, I'm still pressing forward. That's impressive.
oh, for sure, dude, for sure. I mean, you know me. You've known me for how long now? You know I'm determined, even if I'm annoying.
Long enough.
Yeah, yeah. So
Well,
like all that shit was happening, and then I made this song and video about teen suicide, and I sampled the Red Hot Chili Peppers in it before Macklemore sampled that same song,
which
and
song was it? What Chili Pepper song?
Other Side.
Oh yeah.
I sampled it. I produced it. I made the sample, and I rapped over it, whatever. And we filmed like a music video for it at my high school. I was 16, and it like that blew up, and I wasn't getting made fun of. Then people were like, "Holy shit, this is really fucking sick. This is really dope," and that went like kind of viral for like back then. You know what I mean? When you're in high school and you're 16, and it's like way back in the day, dude. 50,000 views on YouTube was a lot,
Yeah,
and like the
absolutely.
shit was going crazy on Reddit and the shit was going crazy on Tumblr, and I did what any good white rapper at the time would have done, and then I was like, okay, I'm dropping out of high school now.
You dropped out of high school.
Yeah, I dropped out of high school after that.
Was
I was
that
like,
because
okay.
of music or just because you just didn't want to show up anymore?
It was a mixture of those two things, and also I loved drugs.
Yeah,
So
so
like,
that's obviously a big part of your story is drugs and alcohol.
it
When
was.
No, I think it still is. In some form. The when does that get introduced and when does that get out of control?
It got introduced. I got out of control as soon as I dropped out of high school. It got introduced. I mean, I started like using when I was 12, but it
Wow.
kind of spiraled into something completely different because I got surgery. I have chronic kidney stones. I have really bad kidneys.
Damn,
So,
that's painful.
dude, yeah, it's fucking awful. So, as a
Wow,
result
sorry
of
to hear
that,
that. I didn't know that either.
mhm.
This is again a lot of good information here. Maybe not good, but useful.
So
Well,
as a
that makes
result,
sense
like,
then.
yeah. So they had all these like crazy. They gave me all these crazy surgeries, and I was young, dude. I was like 15, 16, and they would give me painkillers, and then they would just kind of like yank them from me. Like there was no like weaning process back then. They'd just kind of be like,
Yeah.
okay, bye. And when you have like a serious injury like that, and you're dependent on painkillers, and they're taken away from you, your body creates something called phantom pains, and it's basically like your nerve endings sending messages to the brain saying that you're in pain, even
Yeah.
though you're not necessarily in pain. Um,
Yeah.
Hence the phantom part. So the problem was
It's
solved.
also a another term I think they use there. Pause, post-acute withdrawal syndrome.
Yeah, shit like that. So it
It's
was
another
basically,
term for it.
it was basically that, except except with pain in the area, and like when you have kidney stones, like your kidneys don't have nerve endings, so like all the pain, if you're a male, it's in your nutsack. So it
Whoa,
just, yeah, dude, it was fucking
graphic.
gnarly. Yeah. Oh, dude, you have no idea. The surgeries that they did on me were fucking brutal. So what happened was they pulled the painkillers from me, and I was like, okay, and then, one thing led to another, and you know how it goes. But then all the while, like even while this was happening, I was still making music and like making videos and all that fun stuff. But it was like, I was spiraling. I was like robbing people. I robbed my manager at the time. Like I was a crusty dude. I was a crusty dude. So I got sober when I was 19, and then I just like
Damn.
never really looked back, dude. I just kept doing the music thing, kept harassing you, kept harassing Lisa Finelli, kept harassing all sorts of promoters and people, and like doing open mics and like all that shit. Now here we are.
Yeah, and congrats on getting sober. I mean, that's such a crazy story. You hear them all the time about people getting sick in the hospital. And so many people I know, friends and family, that's how the spiral starts. It's like surgery, something happens, they get hooked on hospital drugs, and then it goes from there. Um,
Yeah,
my dad got hooked on morphine. He got in a car accident. He got hooked on morphine. This is before OxyContin, and it's
yeah,
all downhill from there. But
yeah. It's a whole thing for sure.
what's amazing to me is how young you are, hooked on drugs, putting your music out in high school, and really kind of taking it serious in high school, which is like not when I was growing up, that was like, there wasn't really the internet, so you couldn't really do what you did, but like it's amazing to me the tools that have made you successful at a young age.
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
your generation has that, like we were just fans in high school. We weren't
Mm-hmm.
thinking, yeah, I was a DJ at 19, but like that was really as far as you could take it. You couldn't be a rapper in high school unless you like had like a connection. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
and
that's
like it was the golden era too. Like I like to think the golden era was like the Dat Piff blog era. Like I thought that was the dopest shit in the world, and I still think that was the dopest shit because the market wasn't as saturated. Like people were paying really close attention to like who they promoted and how they curated it, and like who
blogs.
got, yeah, and like they were the real taste makers. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and
So you kind of
that's like,
came in the blog era, the download era.
yeah, and like my shit was going, dude. I was averaging like 15 to 30K views on my music videos on YouTube, and I was like strung out. You know what I mean? Like I was going, it was, dude, it was so sick. It was so sick. But then again, it all was like going downhill, and then like, I wound up like getting in trouble with the law and like all sorts of like gnarly shit. But
Yeah. All the fun stuff that comes along with active addiction.
yeah, for sure.
So fast forward, you get clean and sober. I meet you probably, I'm thinking like 2013-ish, 14. Is that when do we meet?
14. Um,
Yeah.
we
think.
met. Well, we met prior. We met prior to that, just via email, like the screenshot that I posted the other day.
Yeah, when was that? Is that like
That was
2012, 13, or 4? What was it?
2011 or 12. It's
Okay,
easily
yeah,
it's easily a decade ago. It's easily almost a decade ago. Let's see, I'm 26 now, so I was probably like 16 or 15. It was a
yeah.
while ago, dude. That shit was deep. And yeah, and then I think we reconnected because I used to just go to all the Middle East shows. Like every single Middle East show there was, I was there.
Yeah, that's kind of how I remember you. I remember you like reaching out and being like, up and coming rapper, and then all of a sudden you'd be at like every local hip hop show. I mean, you were rolling with Term and those guys, and then you'd always like you kind of adapted that type of mentality of guerrilla marketing on the street where you would be like showing up with your stuff, putting yourself out there. I'm coming, whether you like it or not, and I'd be like, I don't like it, and you're like, I don't care. I'm coming backstage, and I'd be like, please don't go backstage, and you keep going backstage.
Yeah.
That ambition, that desire that I'm gonna make it, and it's frustrating dealing with sometimes that from the other side, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, man.
But
Listen,
I remember you.
hustle.
I
That's
remember you
it.
just rapping.
Hmm.
But back then, you were just a rapper. You were just like a white rapper doing. Honestly, I didn't realize that you were even that good until you released some rapping into the phone thing. I don't know what it was. It was around this time you rapped into the phone,
Classic.
and that
Mm.
and that I was like, oh, he's not that. I was like, no, he's not that bad. And then you got on a joint with Right Hook and Rex, produced by I forget his name.
Jules.
Jules. I'm sorry, just blank. Jules produced it, and I was like, oh, he's actually pretty good. And then shortly after that, you start singing, and I was like, oh, he's really good. Let's talk about the transition from I'm just a white rapper to I'm going to start singing on these records, and it's going to sound pretty good.
Well, it was a testament to like, for so long, like like you said, like, I run with like that clique with like Term and all of them and like the rappers, right?
Yeah.
All about the evolution. Hell yeah, absolutely. Of course. And like I ran with that clique and like I really wanted to like, I was like 19, 20 and like I just wanted to like rap a song that would like impress like, those guys. And something didn't feel right. Like I didn't feel right playing my own music. Like I would cringe at it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're making music and you're not completely comfortable with like playing it at the loudest volume possible, then you aren't doing it correctly. You know what I'm saying? And it came to the point where it was like, dude, I'm not making music that I listen to. Like I don't actually listen to this shit. Like I don't actually listen to like rapidy rap all the fucking time. Like my taste changed. I got a little older. I got a little more comfortable with like who I was, like what my soul was like. And then I was like, I always really loved like, like Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye and like Stone Temple Pilots and Amy Winehouse. And you know what I mean? Like all of these people, and what I was making did not sound like that, and it wasn't my truest self. So the
Yeah.
evolution started with TV Dinner. I was in the studio with Knox, and this was the first time me and him like ever made a song. Like we had worked together in the past before I got sober on like some rapidy rap shit. And I remember I brought this really fucking whack song to the studio for him to record, and like, he recorded it and mixed it and stuff like that. At the end of the night, I'm like, yo, do you fuck with this? And he was like, honestly, no. And I was like, damn. He was like, listen, I'll tell you what, like, come
Yeah.
through.
Typical Knox beats. I'm just gonna be brutally honest with you. I don't like your freaking music.
Yeah.
Don't like
Yeah,
it.
he didn't fuck with it. He was like, dude, I feel like you could do better. And I was like, yeah, probably. And he was like, all right, I'll tell you what, like, we'll make a song top to bottom together. And, you know, we got up maybe 2 weeks later and we made TV dinner. And I almost threw it out because I was so out of my comfort zone, and I started like riffing off this hook and singing it. And I was like, yeah, I probably want to get somebody else to sing it. And he was like, no, you should just fucking sing it. And then next thing you know,
Yep.
boom, that was like one of my biggest songs, dude. And you know, I've always been trying to like just evolve and like, cause I'm always learning, you know, like I'm a student to the game. Like teachers teach because they can't do. Like students learn so that they can do and like, you know, proceed with that. So I started like singing more and then integrating live instruments and then learning how to play those live instruments. And, you know, I feel like complacency is probably the fucking worst thing for anybody, is especially artists. Like if you make 5 albums and you sound the same on every single album, like you're fucking trash. You know? Like nah, that's
Big
it.
things,
Like
big things being said.
nah, that's it.
Well, you
It's
know, I
true
think every
though.
artist has the lane. Well, I mean, I think, you know, I think evolve is important. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not every
evolution is
rapper can
incredibly
sing.
important.
You know what I mean?
No, but there are
Not every
ways
rapper
and
can
things that you
sing,
can
so you
do
can't.
to do different things. You know what I mean? Like there's ways to approach things differently so that it's not monotonous.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I agree, and I think TV dinner was you finding your lane. I think when you
Mm-hmm.
made that track, that's when I was like, oh, I can see this where this is going on. This makes sense, and it works, and it probably to this day is still probably your biggest song, right? Well, that and what's the other one there? The other one I like.
Bottom line.
Uh, Bottom line, sorry. Forgive me, I have a terrible memory.
So bottom line is my
Bottom
biggest
line, I
song,
think is
but Noose and Bury Me are
yeah,
turning into my biggest songs right now. I mean, I'm looking at, you know, the streaming
yeah.
numbers and like the YouTube numbers, and they're slowly but surely becoming the biggest. You know, this whole project that I just put out is by far the biggest release that I've ever done in such a short period of time.
Yeah, and I you know we'll get to that in a second, but I want to go back to the color blue because I feel like color blue. You know, I started talking to you, and you were kind of. Let's talk about the creation of this because this is the transition album from TV dinner into and then you know bottom line of the singles, and you're kind of figuring out, and then you make color blue.
Mm.
With what was the inspiration behind the whole project there?
Behind the color blue.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it was basically like it was. I was trying to capture like the different shades of the color, like just like that whole
So by the way, real
juxtapose, like
quick, yeah, I'd just like to say real quick, the album's color blue, yet the album is actually orange.
yeah, yeah,
The album
exactly.
cover is
I
orange.
did that on purpose too. I did that on purpose
Yeah, I know.
because blue. It's the only color in the spectrum that can be associated with the feeling. So I wanted people to focus more on the feeling blue rather than the color itself, you know? So almost like on the inside, I'm colored blue type thing. The orange, like my inspiration for that was like, you know, like the recognition cards that they used to have when we were kids, like, and they try and like trip you up. It was like one of those like exercises in school, and they put up a card,
Yeah.
and it would say the word orange, but it would be written in like red, and they would say like, what color is this? You know what I mean? And you would say red because it's written in red, but it says orange on it. So I was trying to do a flip of that with the album, with the cover, with everything like that, because I wanted people to focus more internally on what it meant to them rather than just like baseline external. Also like,
Is your
you know,
I don't mean to stop you real quick. Is your window open? I'm hearing a lot of wind. No?
gone.
Yeah.
Wow, I had the AC on like that much.
Yeah, it's real sensitive.
Mm.
Go ahead.
Nah, but yeah, also like, you know, I wanted to make songs that represented like different shades of that color to me. You know what I mean? Like one song felt one way and one color, and another one felt like one way and one color. and it was all just like a very similar vibe. Um, when I was making the color blue, it was almost like I wanted so hard to like inspire people and like be like this like this like big like inspiration guy, you know what I mean? And like looking back, I resent that approach so much,
So
so much.
yeah, and then from here, you've established like I can sing. This is kind of the direction I want to go.
Mm.
You go to LA shortly after this. And then you really start almost, I mean, you start sending me joints and it's like straight singing all the time.
Yeah.
And you kind of find in kind of going more of a pop lane. And you're out in LA songwriting for pop artists. How does that feel at this point to be like from white rapper, rap, hip hop background to now I'm making pop records and I'm sounding more pop? How does that feel and how did that transition go?
Well, let me tell you, the transition was a rough one. I was out there. I found myself again in that same position after a while. And it was like one of those things where I'm out there and I'm writing all these pop songs and I'm writing all these, you know what I mean? These beautiful like love songs and like, just very, very milk toast basic stuff. And I thought it was like I wanted to fit in again. I reverted back to like when I was doing the rapidy rap stuff because that's like, the people I wanted to impress and the people I wanted to sound like and so it kind of morphed into okay, like here I am, I'm out in LA, like I'm with all these beautiful people and like I'm with all these, beautiful places and cars and they have this money and they have these great clothes, and they sound beautiful. Like I want to mirror that. And after a while, like it was another like huge part of my journey, my journey where I was like, dude, I'm not them. Like I don't sound like them. I don't want to sound like them. Like, you know, uh, fuck all of that. And thus spawned like my sound now and where I'm at now sonically, which is like just a very healthy mix of like all the alternative stuff that I really fuck with, coupled with, some singing, a little bit of pop, and like a little bit of like underground rap. Some
Yeah.
grunge.
So many people go out to LA with this, leave Boston and go out LA to take on their music careers or think that something is going to happen out there because there is a lot of opportunities out there, no doubt.
Oh, for
But
sure.
more than often, I see them coming back. Let's just say that. I mean, shout out my
Well,
boy Matty Harris. He's out there doing his thing. But Cam Meekins is out there. A few others are out there. But a lot of times they end up coming back because the reality is they don't like it or whatever reason. Talk about being a Boston guy in L or a Massachusetts person in LA.
I mean, again, a lot of people that can go out there and like they kill it. Also, I moved out there and then 2 months later, it was a fucking global pandemic, So
Oh yeah.
that definitely threw a wrench in everything. It was really odd. It was really hard to move around when like you can't leave your apartment. Um, but I feel like when I was out there, it was just like it was one of those weird things, man, where like we're just built different by default. Like if you're from this area, like you're just built differently than like how things operate out there, So kind of navigating that was a little bit tough, because the people are just so different, Like I'm not, you'll never
How are
know
they
what
different?
you you'll never know where you stand with somebody truly.
So like they'll
You know what
say
I'm
like, yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, we're gonna work, they're gonna say, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna work together, we're gonna do all this stuff, and then it just doesn't happen.
exactly. And it's easy to get big leagued. Also, a lot of it is like clout,
What
and
does
that's
that mean?
something that
What does that
like big
mean?
league,
Big
like being
league. What
big
does that mean?
league, like yo, I'm better than you. Like I don't need to bother myself with you, and then just like But
Ah,
I feel like it could kind of be like that anywhere, though. You know what I'm saying? Um, Granted, I met some amazing people, and I worked with some incredibly, incredibly talented folks, and like I have a great support system out there. But outside the spectrum of those people, that's the experience that I had. Um, but I'm not turned off by LA completely. It was just one of those things where like I had a moment and I like really found myself and I really reconsidered like who I was, what I was doing, the music I was making, also like my physical health, my mental health, like where I was at with that, which was like not fucking in a very good place. So,
But you did record the ugly parts out there, right? Or like wrote it? Because I'm thinking like
nah.
when you came back and we met up
Mm-mm.
that one time. No, it was back here. All of
Yeah.
it's back
Yeah,
here.
it was all with Knox, just me and Knox.
You wrote, well, then you must
Yeah,
have
it was
done
all
it
back
short.
there.
I feel like you must have done it. Did you? You must have wrote that stuff shortly when you came back. I felt like you came back and you had played me some of these joints pretty quickly. No, am I
Yeah,
wrong?
so what happened was, yeah, no, you're completely right. So what happened was I was out there in LA and the pandemic happened. I didn't go home for like a solid 8 or 9 months. Like I was in LA, I was stuck in LA, and I didn't know when I was going to come back because it was so, you know what I mean? It was so up in the air all over the place as a result of the pandemic. So finally things started to like die down a little bit and get a little bit better, not so crazy. And I booked some time to lock in with Knox. And it was like we had like maybe 15 days all together. So I came home for the first time to visit, and then we made the album in 12 days. I flew back to LA and I was like, nah, I can't do this. Like this is like what I just made back home. Like I need to get back to my roots. Like I need to refine myself and get back to my roots and double down on this new sound, on this new brand.
Justin, I think you're breaking up on us. You're breaking up on us a little bit here. I don't. Justin, I think we're losing you a little bit. I think you need to get in a better reception area. Um, because it felt like you just drank a bunch of cough syrup. It sounded like to me on my end. But let's see, Justin, if you can drive to a different location, maybe is get a little better service. We'll talk more here. Yo 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 yo, Justin, you're somewhat there, but I can't hear anything you're saying. Maybe sign out and then sign back in, or your phone died, which could easily probably have happened. Well, we are experiencing technical difficulties as always. Good old IG Live. Do-do-do. Come on, Justin. Come back. Oh, Justin Clancy has left. So hopefully we'll get him back. Shout out everybody that's tuned in. Aiden.com, Twin Maramama, Skinner Sean, Shamdu, Sir Smoke a Lot, nice. Way Spice, All Right Sunny, Morning Run in the building. Knock Knock Erica in the building. And yeah, we're just we hit a snag. We are waiting for Mr. Clancy to get back. All right, let's try this again. Check, check. Wow,
Yo,
wow, is it finally working? Did you move to another spot, please?
nah, it's because my phone overheated because I left it on the dashboard for the good angle.
Oh,
But now we're just gonna go with the boomer angle because that's all we can do now.
all right. Well, is the AC on? Just try not to
The
move it
AC
a lot.
the AC is on. We're good. We should be good for now.
Don't turn on the AC because I can hear background.
All right. Okay. Okay.
All
Cool.
right. So yeah, let's go back to because I lost you around Knox. So you came back and you started recording with Knox. You banged out the Ugly Parts EP in 12 days. You call it an
Hmm.
EP, but there's always the question, I think, now that 5 songs is actually technically an album. I think EP is technically 3 songs, but I don't know. Don't quote me on it. It's a big debate these days, or seven
I
is an
call it,
album.
yeah, I mean, I call it an album just because sonically its cohesiveness and also like its importance to me and my story. I feel like it's a whole body of work.
Nice. I want to talk about working with Knox because it's a very important part. Having a good producer when you're a good MC and singer, it's very important. Um,
Hmm.
it's a marriage in music. I always tell people the beat is 50% of it. The artist is the other. The vocalist is the other 50. They both
Oh
need
yeah.
each other. And Knox Beats. I've known him since he was 17 years old, working with AWOL. He's worked with so many talented people: Slane, Joyner Lucas, Chris Webby, Locksmith. I think Locksmith, maybe not Locksmith. Who else has he worked with? You know better than I do. Oh, and we lost Justin again. Well, shout out Knox Beats in the building. Wow. Wow, you are just a work in progress like your song, man. I mean, this is just great. It's only right with you too. Fucking train wreck over there. Justin Clancy, the train wreck.
I
It's funny because
promise. This is the last time. I promise.
yeah, damn right it's the last time. I'm freaking trying to give Knox all his credit, and then you just ghost on Knox.
Fuck. No, we got it. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here for
All
you,
right,
Dad. I'm never
so
leaving you
work with.
again.
Talk to me about the importance of working with Knox and what's that experience like.
So Knox and I, he's been a frequent collaborator since I was 17. Um, and since we've known each other for so long, it's kind of come to the point where we almost like we speak like the same language in a sense. Like he knows what I'm going for, I know what he's going for, and we communicate really well. So it's super easy to work with him, just because of the relationship that we have, like as homies and as collaborators. So it just works.
Is he building the beat around your melodies, or are you coming to him with a melody and be like, "Oh, sing this," and then he builds it, or does he make the beat ahead of time and then you go off of that, or is it vice versa?
So what we do now is everything we make is all from scratch, right? Like everything we do is from scratch. And typically what happens is I'll get in the studio and I'll start either on guitar or on the piano, and I'll play some keys. I'll write some chords. And I'll be like, "Yo, is that dope? Do you fuck with that?" And he'll be like, "Yes," or maybe like take it up like one half step, or end on a minor note, or end on a major triad, or you know what I mean, a seventh chord. Um, and we build from there. And then usually, if I don't have a melody like within the first like 5 minutes, I'm like, all right, fuck that, throw it all out, I hate it, and then we'll start from scratch. But we always begin the session with nothing, and we create it into something. We build it up as big as it can possibly go. Then we work on the arrangements together and we break it down, all while, you know what I mean, I riff off, and like sometimes he'll help with like melody ideas and things like that. It's a very joint effort, especially now that I play the instruments. So I have a hand in like the production part now, and he has a hand in like the writing part now. So we're just kind of like one collective mind.
That's great, man, and that's so key. That is so key to success right there. That combination and that chemistry. I mean, I hope that more artists would have that with their producers. A lot of artists just get beats and just go record them with an engineer, and they don't get the
Mm-hmm.
whole production experience of someone trying to push you to be better, because engineers, they're not the producers, so they're not necessarily. Some are like they'll help you with other stuff, but not necessarily their job. Their job is just to make, record you and make you happy with it. Whereas a producer is trying to push you to get the best out of you and get the best product and really is invested in it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the difference between a producer and just someone who sold you a beat.
Yeah. Well, a big part of it is energy too. Like it's
Right.
hard to capture a moment when you buy a beat online and just write to it,
Right.
and you aren't there for like the process and you aren't, because like the creating music is like, for me, it's like the closest I get to like my God. You know what I mean? It's like the most spiritual thing that I can do, because you're literally taking something from fucking thin air and you're creating like this beautiful arrangement out of it from literally nothing, all from your soul, all from your head and your heart. That's like the best way for me personally to capture a moment, capture an emotion, capture like a blip in time. Like you just make it from fucking nothing. You get there, you're on the same wavelength. I can't describe it. There's not a better feeling than like that aha moment when you're in the studio and like something pops off and you're like, oh shit, this is fucking dope. I need to record to this right now. You get in the booth, everything is just seamless. Boom, boom, boom. Like that's how it was with like Bury Me and Noose, and you know what I mean? Like just this record that I made with him last week. It's the energy, and that same energy, it translates to the listener, because they'll be able to know at the end of the day, the listener knows best. The listener knows whether this is genuine, whether this is, real feelings, real facts, real, something.
Yeah.
So that's how I've always worked too. That's my favorite way to work. I will not work any way else. Like people send me beat packs all the time and I tell them like, listen, man, like your beats are dope, but unless we can get up together and make something from scratch, I don't know if we can collab.
Yeah. Especially when you're working with Knox, it's tough to deviate. The other thing I want to talk about is your videos. Because you put a lot into your videos. This isn't just I'm rapping in front of a wall, I'm singing
Graffiti
in my bed.
wall type beat.
I'm singing in my bedroom. My boys are flicking off the camera, ice grilling the camera. You know what I mean?
That was hard, bro. I should have screenshotted that. That's hard as fuck. Oh shit, Ned Wellberry.
Yeah, right. None of that.
Necro.
There's treatments involved. There's big production. There's a theme, and it seems to work for you because you get good results from your video, and it seems like people really get into it. You put a lot of work into them too. I mean, it's a lot of work into those videos. Talk about the process of making some of these videos and some of your favorites.
So aside from like my love for music, my love for film is something that's even more prominent, if not just as prominent. Like growing up, I was always really into movies. Like I didn't watch like cartoons when I was a kid. I would watch like movies, you know what I mean? And like I was obsessed with it. I remember being 3 years old and my mother wanted to kill me because she came upstairs and this was after I watched Aladdin. And she came upstairs and I put baby powder all over the floor, right? All over the floor of like my room. And, I was 3 years old. I was young as shit. And when she asked me why I was doing that, I told her it was because I was like trying to recreate Aladdin. Like I was trying to recreate like the scene from it. You know what I mean? And like when I would play with my action figures, like I would set the action figures up. I would call it making movies, and I would have like a whole like this complex like set that I would put together, and so being a big movie buff.
Justin, you went mute. Hello.
I'm back. No, I'm here. Don't worry. I promise.
Great. So it's really worrying, actually.
No. So when I make the music, when I make the songs in the studio, usually I already have like a treatment associated with that record. Like with Bury Me, I was like, okay, this song sounds like getting hung upside down in a church, and like Noose.
Is what you think will really resonate? I want this song to sound like you're being hung upside down in a church.
Oh, no. I don't think about it prior. I think about it after. I think about it in retrospect.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then like Noose, after I made Noose, I was like, it sounds like I'm in a room and the walls are bleeding, or
Yeah.
just stuff like that. TV Dinner, all of those records, like I play a big hand in like the directing process. Like I know the treatment, I know exactly how I want it to look. I know all of that shit before I even start that. You
Right.
know, that's like something I really, really pride myself on, like creative direction when it comes to photo shoots, when it comes to intellectual properties, when it comes to video shoots, shit like that's like my favorite fucking thing in the world.
It's dope. So now, this Friday, album release party. The videos are out.
Mm,
The album's out. Album/EP, depending on what you want to call it.
yeah.
And we're about to sell out the Middle East. Downstairs, 550 people. Crazy.
Bro, who would have thought from your ass kicking me out of the downstairs shows? I was not allowed.
I didn't kick you out. I asked you nicely
You
to
asked
leave
me
the
to
backstage. I asked you to leave the backstage.
Yo, I remember.
I
one
was actually
time.
very diplomatic about it. I was actually very proud of myself. I remember saying, because I was like, normally I'd be like, get out of here. But yeah, I was like, Justin, will you please leave the backstage? There's too many people. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and I remember specifically. I'd be like, yeah, okay, yeah, no doubt. And then I come back. And I'd sit
Yeah,
back,
that's what I remember
and you
too.
couldn't say shit because the headliner was already on, and I had already won. I won. I already
You
won.
didn't win. I just didn't want to deal with you.
I remember one
I just
time
like,
I hid
not
behind
worth the
Big
time.
Shug. Big Shug hid me up the ramp. I hid behind him, dude.
I was actually surprised that Big Shug wasn't on the Ugly Parts album. I was expecting that. But
I heard he's got a mean falsetto. I should have
Shuggy Diamonds,
thrown him on there.
Shuggy Diamonds, Justin Clancy featuring Shuggy Diamonds. That
Yeah.
needs to happen actually. But now, I mean, you worked up the ranks. I'm going to give it to you. You sold out. Did we do upstairs? Did you headline upstairs? Or did we do Sonia right away? I think we did Sonia.
I did
right
Sonia.
away.
I did Sonia right away.
Yeah, and you opened up on some upstairs shows. You opened up for some big acts. You always brought a lot of people. You hustled your ass off selling tickets, and I didn't demand it either. You just did it on your own. I maybe demanded it in the beginning, but later on, you just wanted to do it. You wanted to do it, and you would move these tickets, man, and you'd meet people and sell them tickets, and they'd show up. I mean, let's talk about the hustle there for the shows, because again, like, you really hustled your ass off to get to this point.
Thank you, man. I mean, shows are like probably the most important thing as far as connecting with fans in real life, right?
Right.
Like if my social media were to be deleted tomorrow, right, and everything would be gone, I would still have that connection with my fans because they know what I look like, they know what I sound like, and they know where I'm at. And I feel like that kind of breaks like that veil. You know what I mean? Like a lot of artists, they want to be like the Wizard of Oz, like the face behind the fucking curtain. You know what I mean? And like be this like, mysterious anonymous figure. And that's cool if you want a fan to support your song, but if you want a fan to support you for your whole entire career, pull up on them. Be a normal fucking person. They already connect with your music if they fuck with you enough to request something so that they can spend money on you. The least you can do is go and pull up on them and meet them and talk to them like they're fucking human beings, like I hate that shit. Like, yo, you're not even famous. What do you mean you won't talk to your fan? Like, you won't sell them a ticket? So,
well, I think some people just don't want to put the work in.
Yeah, and that's like one thing. Like, I don't see it as work. Like I don't see that kind of stuff as work. I see it as a privilege. Like, it's a privilege that somebody wants to go to my show. It's a privilege that they want me to go and deliver them tickets, and that they want to take pictures and ask me questions and like be friends with me. That's a fucking privilege, Work is like the not fun stuff.
Well, I think it's work. It's people don't want to do the work, or B, it's not in everyone's personality. Some people have personalities. You have a very outgoing personality. You're a people person. You connect with people. You talk to people. You're a social person. Not every artist is like that. Some artists are very introverted. They feel uncomfortable doing that. And then unfortunately, we're in a time where you have to be more of an outgoing personality, especially in the beginning, to make a connection with fans. So you're lucky to
Right.
have that personality trait has really worked in your favor. And I've seen it work in the favor of other artists who are who are successful today.
Hmm.
You know, that follow that same format. Mod Sun was a good example. I saw Mod Sun connect with so many people all the time, every time he played,
Yeah.
and he built it up to what it was because he was really just a people person first.
Yeah. And in LA,
Um,
dude, I kicked it with Monson often. He's a really
yeah,
good guy. He's a really
yeah.
he's a solid dude, man. So
And artists who are, I've seen a lot of not so talented artists who are better people person pack them in at their shows, and maybe they weren't as good as like, the other dudes, but they could get the people out there. So it has to be a balance there, even if you don't want to do it.
yeah, I mean, also it's just like I don't have a plan B. Like there is no plan B. Like that's it. That's what it boils down to. Is like, do I have any other things that I can bank on? No. I can't live my dreams and I can't do what I want to do without the people. So that's where that connection piece is more important because they are the reason why I'm able to like continue making music and do what I do and just scrape by so that I can create another day, you know?
Right.
Because like, dude, it's not like I can stop making music tomorrow and I'll be good. Like, no, there's nothing else for me. Just this. Like, that's it. That's it.
That's a very extreme attitude, though. I mean, to be honest, you could do something else. You don't want to do something else, but you could.
Mm-mm,
If
mm-mm.
if you had to, you could. I'm sorry, I have to disagree with you.
If I
You
had to,
you could, but I right now you're in the midst of it. I understand you're giving it all you can, and you need to do that. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing right now. I agree, but
nah, I never
do
want to do anything other than music ever again in my life. I never want to work another day job. I never want to answer to anybody. I never want to. No, just this.
we all don't want that.
No, no, no. Like I'm literally not. No, like I'm never going to. Like I'm literally not ever going to.
Well, let's hope you
Like
don't.
it's
Let's hope that you do what you do for as long as you can. um,
forever.
well, I will say the flip side to that. I've seen a lot of musicians who are full-time musicians down the road. It's not always an easy lifestyle as well. The balance. It can go either way. All I can say is, I'm not trying to discourage you. I want to encourage you to do whatever you want, but at the same time, we're getting really up close and personal. I just took a look at his nose. I'm going to stop talking. I think I got your point. What next now after this show? What's next on the horizon?
I'm already working on my next project. It's already like pretty much done. I'm gonna make records for like the next year and just release more stuff, be consistent, and play more shows. I'm trying to look into doing
Shows,
more
huh?
shows. Trying to look into
Is
doing more shows, touring.
Oh, I'm playing your music in the background by accident. I didn't
That's
purposely
me.
do that.
No, let it run for
Sorry
more than
about
30
that.
seconds. It'll count as a stream, man.
Is that really how it works?
Hmm.
If I play it, I thought you weren't allowed to play stuff like to get copyright shit on IG or whatever.
I'm gonna be the one that'll flag you.
Yeah. Well, Justin, I'm looking forward to the show this Friday. This Friday, Middle East Downstairs with Jay Zach, Y Try, Nick Violet, and Casso. It's going to be a great night for hip hop, great for New England hip hop in general. They're all New
Oh
England
yeah,
artists. We're
I'm
selling out the
so fucking
downstairs.
excited. Selling out the fucking downstairs, Ned. Come on, bro.
Yep, and you made
Let's
it happen,
go.
man. And
Let's go.
let's
It
go.
didn't feel real
We're
until you
going.
just said it. It didn't feel real until you just said it.
Is that what you wanted me to say? It?
No. Because all right, if people really knew you, they know that you just don't say things to say them. I don't want to say you're very okay. You're not pessimistic. You're just a realist. You know what I mean? Like you're a very
Well,
realistic person. So you
I
don't
mean,
say something unless it's actually happening, unless you mean it.
yeah. Well, thank you for noticing that because I hate that about the music business. Everybody talks about things that don't happen.
Yeah, exactly. So like if you really didn't believe that was going to happen, you wouldn't say it.
And I
So
will
that's why
say,
I'm like, fuck yeah.
and I will say, I was pessimist about Justin booking the downstairs. I'll admit that. I was like, let's play Sonia and just sell that out. And Justin was like, nope, I'm selling out the downstairs. And I said, all right, I'm going to get out of the way. And I got out of the way, and I
You
stand
say that
corrected.
shit.
I'm saying it
You
all
say
right
that
now.
shit.
I'm saying it all
Both of
right
you
now.
guys. Yo, you and Aaron, you were both like, yo, I mean, you sure you could do Sonia? Friday night, all ages, bang, I'm gonna do it.
Justin,
And I
no,
was scared.
yeah.
I was scared as fuck.
And then,
I was
yeah,
like,
and when we booked it, there was, then came the vaccine requirements and all this other stuff. There was a lot of obstacles thrown, and it still happened. So, salute to you, brother, and your hustle. Your work ethic is impeccable. If anything artists can learn is how to be independent and work your music, because you've done a great job at doing that.
thank you, bro. I appreciate that. That means a lot coming from the Ned.
And screw you for anybody to shut a door in my face. This is all for you. This is screw you, Cage. Screw you for anybody else who's ever doubted me. I'm selling out the Middle East downstairs. Screw you to that guy in 3rd grade that said my music sucked and ran over my CD.
Yeah.
This is for you.
Oh yeah, we taking mental notes. We taking mental notes, baby. Come on, we taking mental notes. I remember
Hashtag resentments.
I got my
grudges.
4 steps correct. As soon as I get bigger than what I am right now, probably in the next 6 months, I'm gonna bust out that 4-step column and be like, boop, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Be very specific. I'm gonna be very specific too.
I can see it coming. Totally see it happening. It's already happening.
Just rash. No, not yet. I haven't gotten specific yet. I'm gonna be like, to my 3rd grade teacher, Miss So-and-so.
You're like,
I remember that time you called me dumb. Fuck you. I don't know where
you're
you're
like,
at, but
yeah, you're like Steve Buscemi and Billy Madison. Comes out with the gun at the end.
with the lipstick.
Man, I'm glad I said sorry to that guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a list. Make my motherfucking
That's
list.
the album. That's the album cover. Buscemi at the
just
end of Billy Madison with the gun.
Me with the lipstick. Originally, I was gonna do that for the Noose video in the mirror. I was gonna be like playing it like that.
That's really selling it. Really selling it.
But it would have been too reminiscent of that scene, so I couldn't do it. They weren't ready for that.
Well, cool. Who is Justin? Thank you. Thank you for your time, and I will be probably talking to you later on about this damn show. And I'll bring
the
my
guest
hazmat
list is
suit.
way bigger. Guest list is way bigger than we anticipated, so I think it's like already sold out.
Yeah, because you got to invite all these people you got grudges with just to show them how successful you are. So we filled up the list pretty quick with all them, Cage will be in the front row, side stage.
Yeah, yep. Make some room for Cage. Make some room for that girl that called me gross in 6th grade one time. She's on the list,
Yeah. The reason we bring up Cage is because, Justin opened up for Cage, and Cage didn't really give him any respect and kind of shit
Cage
on
was
him.
really
so that's why
fucking mean. He was a dick. Cage was not nice, dude.
You're not the first person I've heard say that. I never had an issue with him, but others have. But all right, well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Maybe. No, it's probably because I was paying him. I want to thank everybody for tuning into the Leedz Edutainment podcast, brought to you by Chubby Chickpea with our friend Justin
What is
Clancy.
that? Is that a real thing? What is that?
What?
Chubby Chick? Like, there's no context. What is?
It's my boy ABI. He's a restaurant, Lebanese restaurant.
Nice.
He's helping us out, supporting. So we show him love.
Nice.
So,
okay.
Word.
Proceed. All right. Thanks,
We're
man.
out. Goodbye.
See you soon.
Later.